through strength.
Who wants war and why?
You would be shocked by how many people do. And they won't say, I want war, or I like to see more people dead. Of course, they won't use those words. But there are politicians who are beholden to the big defense contractors who are making billions and trillions of dollars. And they are their political donors and their supporters and their friends. And ultimately, it's those politicians whose knee-jerk reaction to any challenge or situation in the world, instead of choosing diplomacy and seeing war as the last resort once you've exhausted all other means, understanding how costly it is, both in lives and in taxpayer dollars, it's just, hey, we got to go and punish this bad guy, topple this regime, wage this modern day siege through economic sanctions and warfare, all of the tools that they have at their disposal, without thinking through what the cost and consequences of those actions and policies are.
Presumably on the ground and also economically, domestically too.
Both.
Find your perfect stay with the Booking.com app. A hotel in the city.
It seems, are these people...
And it's, by the way, it's not reflective of, I think, especially over these last 20 plus years, the vast majority of Americans, regardless of political party, are sick and tired of this. So their view is not reflective. They're not just like, oh, well, this is what the quote unquote people want. It is ultimately, it goes back to this kind of cabal of power that they're trying to hold on to.
Do you think that those people, I struggle to find or meet people that are genuinely evil. There's people that have got goals and then they're kind of risky and frivolous en route toward getting those goals. And you think, this is just collateral damage. Who really cares? I'm getting my backhander from Raytheon or whoever the fuck. But it seems surprising to me that someone would think, I want to go to war. So do you think that these people that are pushing for it genuinely believe that it's in the best interests of the country? Have they been able to gaslight themselves, this Stockholm syndrome from whoever is sort of continuing to fund them? Or is it something a little bit more malicious? Are they actually sort of trying to land grab or this sort of odd power game that I imagine it feels powerful for you to be America and for you to have a foothold here and have a foothold there? Have you got any idea what kind of motivates these people?
I think they tell themselves whatever they need to tell themselves to sleep at night. But as someone who's been, I still serve in the Army today. I've been deployed to war zones in different parts of the world, seeing and experiencing firsthand the harsh ugliness and realities of war and the costs. The people who are so quick to go to war and see that as the first response rather than the last, number one, they don't have any excuse. I don't believe everybody should, it's mandatory to serve in them. I don't advocate for that. But if you are in a position to make these decisions about war and peace, you need to be very responsible and do your due diligence to actually truly understand what the consequences of those decisions will be.
Might be worth a quick visit to the front lines, maybe.
They do those all the time for photo ops. I saw this while I was deployed, and I've seen a bunch even when I was in Congress for 8 years where, they'll go and they'll do like, we'll stop here in this war zone for 12 hours and hop off the private plane and take some quick photos and, wear your flak vest and the helmet, for the picture. But it's, it's
visually impressive, but realistically unimpressive.
Yeah, it looks really goofy to me, but for them, it tells a good
perhaps pick apart where they are.
I've heard that, like, I've been to Iraq 27 times. It's like, okay, like
the air-conditioned jet wasn't.
And yet, even those who are saying this are some of the very same people who are saying, like, we should just go bomb this country to smithereens. Like, okay, like there's maybe a real big problem that we're dealing with here. But is that really the right answer? Is that the best answer? What happens as the second and third and fourth order of effects after we do what you're proposing? What will the costs and consequences be, again, in human lives and economy and in all of these other ramifications that a responsible leader should be considering before you go and advocate for such a serious thing?
So it seems like you've got Democratic Party not happy with Trump generally, some factions of the Republican Party not happy with Trump. So it seems like,
And Nikki Haley,